Well, a most glorious and tip-top of the morning to you all. That, in case you can't tell, that's my attempt to be cheerful, even though all I want to do is go to sleep. I will tell you, the placid little donkey that usually follows me around in my day-to-day life has suddenly turned into a vicious, fire-breathing reptile. In other words, my ass is dragging. So sorry, I'll see myself out. Oh, I did not want to move this morning. Holy crap, I did not want to move this morning. Oh, I think I snoozed my alarm 3 times. And even then, I almost didn't move, but I did. As many of you know, I am a man of faith. I have been a Christian since I was 2. Yes, you can be one that young. It's kind of weird, but it can happen. And I know that not all of my friends share my faith, and if you don't, then you can give this video a pass. It's totally up to you. But you gotta understand, this is part of my life, and it's important to me, and so sometimes this is gonna be something I talk about. And today, I am firmly under the belief that I've got to be doing something right, because everything's going wrong. What I mean by that is I have always viewed my Christian faith through the lens of a war, through the lens of a battle. And I've always viewed Christ as the commander and myself as a soldier. Maybe not a foot soldier. Sometimes I'm a little bit more arrogant than that. Sometimes I picture myself as like a rook or a knight, but who knows? I might just be a foot soldier. Where he calls, I go. What he tells me to do, I do. I mean, that's just kind of the way it's been. Sometimes it sucks, sometimes it's difficult. I bellyache and gripe about it, but I follow the orders of the commander. And the whole commander war analogy is further compounded by the fact that I believe there is a personal adversarial force in this world that is actively trying to crush us and gain dominion. And we know him as the devil, but believe me when I say this force exists. This force is real. And I've got to be doing something right, because in my life, every time I have set foot on the right path, every time I have started moving in a positive direction, making better choices, working harder, things seem to go wrong. When I'm not doing what I'm supposed to, life tends to be easy. Weirdly enough, when life's easy, that's when I start to question whether or not I'm doing what's right. But I've got to be going the right direction this time, because things have just started going to hell in a handbasket. 2 days ago, I found out that I have to find a new job, which, don't get me wrong, that I actually think was providential. I think it's time for me to move on from that job and pursue something that's a little bit more lucrative and a little bit more long-term, more in line with my life goals. But then I get home from my walk yesterday, and my wife's laptop has just died. Out of the blue, won't boot. I mean, complete system failure. I can't get the thing back up and running, and I can usually fix computers to a reasonable degree of success. So her laptop's dead. We don't have the money to replace it, and it's somewhat necessary for her job. So, setback. Okay, that could happen to anybody. I'm working in the garage a couple of hours later, and just out of the blue, my 3D printer just stops working. Freezes in the middle of the print, lights go off, nothing. And for those of you who are not aware, I run a number of small businesses, and one of those small businesses is completely reliant on the 3D printer because I sell things that I print. Just out of the blue, printer just dead. I know what the problem is, and fortunately, in theory, it's a repairable component, but I don't know. I don't know how many people, I'm sure people are in better financial straits than I am, but I don't have $100 laying around to replace the main board on the printer. So that's gone kaput. little bit later, there's some work I need to do on a website that I'm trying to get up and running, and I needed my drawing tablet. I have an old, like multiple generations ago, Wacom digital drawing tablet, and I picked it up and went to go use it, and the little buttons on the pen are missing. These buttons are not easy to pull out. This isn't something that, like, the cats batting it across the floor would have done. No, the buttons are just gone. No explanation, none whatsoever. Just broken. Every time I try to do the right thing, every time I'm moving in the right direction, things start to break. Believe it or not, that's kind of my indication of the fact that I'm doing the right thing. So I must be doing something right. I don't know what it is, but I must be doing something right. I remember this last year when it was time for me to go to Zimbabwe. I was going up there, and the whole purpose of me going up there was to produce a video for a project that was trying to raise money to build an orphanage. So the reason I was going out is because I was a videographer and photographer, and they needed somebody to go out, film everything, come home, and edit it into a video that was usable and could show people what was going on. Well, shortly before I needed to leave, my camera just died. Up and died. No turn on, no power, nothing. Just dead. And I don't have top of the line pro equipment, but I have reasonable prosumer equipment. And this is a pattern, and it's replicated itself. And I'm not going to lie, it's discouraging. Because most of the time when stuff like this breaks, we're not in a financial position to correct it. My wife and I both work very hard, but I'm not good at making money. I'm really bad at making money. I'm terrible at marketing myself properly. There's a lot of jobs that I simply can't work. My wife is actually pretty good at it, but in this economy, you basically need 2 full-time incomes to make it anywhere. So we're always poor. Don't get me wrong, we're very blessed. We have a lot of nice things that we've built up over the years. We have family that helps take care of us, but we're just not in the position to fix some of this stuff. In the past, this has really gotten me down. This has depressed me. It has scared me off many times from going down the path that I was supposed to be on. But this is a new me. This is a new chapter in life. This is a refusal to back down, and I'm not going to back down. I'm going to double down and keep doing what's right, and I'm going to trust that God's going to be there when I need him to be, because he always has been. I have never gone hungry. I've been close, but I've never gone hungry. I've always had a roof over my head. I've always had some means to get to where I need to go. And I think that will continue. I know that will continue. The battle gets exhausting, but the battle's worth fighting. I honestly even think that the exhaustion this morning, the inability to move, I think that was part of the battle. Because holy cow, was it difficult to move, but I got up and I pushed. I am always inspired by stories of warriors that stand against impossible odds. Some of the scenes in Lord of the Rings, even though I've seen those movies dozens of times, those scenes will still bring tears to my eyes. When Éomer assembles the Rohirrim and charges down upon the army of orcs that is besieging Helm's Deep. Oh man, my heart sings during that scene. When Aragorn and his meager army are completely surrounded by orcs on all sides at the gates of Moria. My heart sings. This is my stand. This is the battle. I'm not going to stop fighting. I'm moving forward. I'd encourage everybody who sees this, when you face adversity, when you face struggle, 10 to 1, you're probably going the right direction. You're probably doing the right thing. Don't back down. Keep fighting the good fight and never ever give up. Good to see everybody today. I will see you all tomorrow. Keep fighting.